Hi there, 13th tutorial on Visual Basic 2010 Express Edition, and today I will gonna show you how we do loops in Visual Basic. We have 4 types of loops. I will use 4. I think there's a fifth type, but I will use 4 only. It's enough. Okay, so let me just do my list box to print out something. I will print out numbers with the loops, and so it is the best, I think, type of example to print out numbers. And so I have my 4 buttons, and this one will be for loop, and this one will be while loop, this one will be do while, and this one will be do until. Okay, so I have my 4 types of loops. Now I need to program them. So I click for loop first, and to do for loop I will need some kind of variable, so dim and number as integer, let's say, and number is equal to, let's say, 1. Now I start my for loop. So for and number is equal to 1 to 10. So this is the number I will get from 1 to 10. And step 1 means that the loop will add 1 to the variable. So in other words, it will print from 1 to 10 by each number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like this. Okay, so I will just insert it to the list box to show you. And number. So when I run this, you will see when I press this, you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there is also the other way. We can do something like this. So what this gonna do, it will count down. So when I run this, I will print it. I will have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I can do either counting up or down. So it is quite useful to know how to do it. And I can do now while loop, because that's it for the for loop. So this is the for loop. That's how it works. We can count down or we can count up. And we also need to always know what type of, how many times we want to print something. And in while, we don't need to know. So dim number 2 as integer. Number 2 is equal to, let's say, 10 this time. And I will say while, in brackets, number 2 is less than 20. So the loop will be done while the number, so this variable, is less than 20. It's 10 as for the moment, so it is less than 20. So it will do loops 10 times to get to 20. Okay, about 10 times, 9 I think. So I will just print out it in the list box. And I also need to add the counter. A simple counter will be something like this. So each time I do the loop, number will be increased by 1. So when I run this, when I press it, we'll have 10, 11, up to 19. It's not 20 because 20 is not, it's not less than 20, so it's equal, and that is not true, so it will go out of the loop. Okay, so that's the while loop. That's the do loop now. So dim number 3, let's say, as integer, and number 3 is equal to, let's say, 20 this time. So to do while, I need to start with do. I press enter and I already have loop, and next to loop I say while and the condition. So for example, number 3 is less than 30. So that's the condition. So first of all, I will do the code and then check condition. In this case, I first of all check the condition and then do the code, and in here I do the code and then check the condition. So for example, I will print it out into this box. And I also need the counter. You need to always remember about the counter, because you can create infinity loop or the loop will just not work. So you always need to remember for the counter, to add the counter to do loops and while loop. For for loop you don't need the counter because you have from to numbers. Okay. So when I press it, you will see 20 to 29. Okay, so it will do while it's less than 30. If I would say less than or equal to 30, it will also print 30, I think. Yeah, it prints 30 as well. Okay, so that's how we do the do loop, do while. Now I will show you do until. And do until is quite different because I say do until and I state the condition at the beginning, not at the end like here, but at the beginning. So you have do until. It's similar to do while, to while loop, because the condition is at the beginning, but the functionality is different. Okay, so do until, and I forgot about the. Okay, I will just let me just delete this. I will declare my variable. I forgot my variable. Okay, so I have my variable number 4 is equal, let's say, to 30 now, and now I can do my do until, and number 4 is more than 50. So as you can see, the sign changes. So when I have do while, the sign is less than, but when I use do until, I need to use sign more than. So I will do until the number 4, which is now 30, will be more than 50. Okay, so I have my do until now. I don't need to write anything here because the condition is up here. So I just list box it, add, and number 4. I also need a counter, so number 4 is equal to number 4 plus 1. Okay, so that's the loop until, do until. Okay, so when I run this, you will see 30 to 50. Now, if I would do it with this one, I wouldn't get 50, like this. I wouldn't get 50. So let's see. So this one will be 30, and this one, let's say 50. So if I press this one, you can see I haven't got 50. But when I choose to do until, I will get 50 as well. So that's the difference between them. And I think that's it for this tutorial. I just showed you 4 most useful loops. Later on, I will show you how to nest them with if statement and case statements, and this will be very useful later on when, for example, you state some kind of validations and stuff like this. So this is useful. Try it out and do some kind of coding with it, play around, and visit my webpage also and my YouTube channel for more tutorials. Also, if you like it, subscribe, and I will see you next tutorial. Bye.